what happens on live, as you guys know, the dude just kind of teleports back and forth, and it's all crazy, and you can't hit it, and it's frustrating, and all that kind of good stuff. And then, so what we've done is, I went too far. Look at that. There we go. So now, when you erratically, essentially move your mouse back and forth in an attempt to do this, you start to get a movement penalty applied to you, and it's going to slow you down. There's a few reasons why we did it this way versus some of the other ways we could have done it. One of the ways to do it is animation-based movement, which you guys are probably more familiar with in more like RPG-style games, and that's where, like, when you turn direction, your guy kind of slows down and turns and moves. The other one was basically when you use a strafe key, it changes the facing that your dude is looking into.
This is you're about to.
Oh yeah, right on.
Yeah, this is the important part.
This is the important part. So you see him. All right. So right now, basically, what Gus is doing, one of our combat designers, he's just moving his mouse in one direction, just swiping over and over and over again. That's currently on QA. Now he's going to do it again, but I'm going to turn off the heading improvements. And you can kind of see how he's going back and forth, back and forth. It's not very smooth. It's not very consistent. And then I have him really go into it, and he really starts whipping his mouse. And the remote character and the remote player just doesn't really know where to go because it's being updated so fast. So what we've done is we've changed that.
So this,
and now this is the same movement from his mouse, except for it is 1 billion times better. So this improves some other things too that I want to talk about. So I'm sure you guys have seen it on live when you get killed by somebody with a shotgun, and they're not even freaking looking at you, and you're just like, dude, what? He wasn't even. That was this issue.
Right.
You know, once we dug into it, we realized what was going on, which was his heading on his PC. He was looking at you. Your client didn't update that yet. So now that it updates, he will be looking at you. But what this does is close quarters combat. You guys are actually going to be facing each other now instead of the two of you shooting at side profile. It cleaned up so much. It was such a big improvement.
Let's go back to show the very beginning of this where it shows what the ENAS is currently, and it's what we've been fighting against for such a long time.
Yep.
And I mean, just looking at the enemy's head placement the entire time too.
It's
you have the bob
Yep.
that you were talking about with the sprint, and not only that, he's not updating fast enough, so you don't know which direction he's going to turn in as he's coming at you. I mean, you can assume, sure, he's going right, left, but that's, what do? You just fire down the center and hope he runs back into the bullets? I mean, this is very difficult to necessarily go against.
And so now, and we will show the ENAS POV. Don't worry, guys. I'll do that in game. And then this is the new, with the heading updates and the anti-ENAS stuff on. So basically, as this guy's whipping his mouse back and forth, he gets a movement penalty applied to him for doing that.
Right. And so this isn't just
that's going to make the game so much better now.
No.
It's going to penalize you every time you try and move left or right. This is you really trying to ENAS your way through
a fight, and it's not worth it anymore. So now at this point, like, stand there and take a fight like you're supposed to. Don't try to do stupidness to close the gap. We're currently feeling it very slightly when we're running around tight corners, but like, you can kind of whip your mouse. You can kind of see it kicking in a little bit right there. That's why I just said we retuned it. But if I start doing this, my movement speed just cuts down. We're also playing with.
Can you still 180 just run?
Before it actually lets you accelerate. We've shortened that as well, so it doesn't feel so clunky when you do kick into it. Because our main goal with this, and the only thing that we want to impact for movement, is when I'm running at somebody doing this like a dork, that I can't go anywhere, and it's not, it's not worth my time. Rip.
Yeah, and Ri-Fi is able to just tag you right in the head.
Yeah, it's just not worth it, right? And so again, this is there are a lot of knobs that we need to tune with this to make sure that we get the desired effect that we're looking for. Ri-Fi, where are you at? But like, hey, look at me. You can't hit me. Wait, no, you totally can because I'm just chilling. And so this really should help with the ENAS issue that we've had in the game for a long time. And again, our intent for this is that it only impacts you when you are ENASing. If you're in a building and you're looting and you're picking stuff up and you're going around corners and you're doing this and you're doing that, like, see there, it kicked in again. This is why we've already retuned it internally. But it doesn't get in the way of that. We want it to specifically only kick in when someone is trying to close the gap on you, and they're doing this, and then they're just not going anywhere.
Now there was an overall slight decrease to speed.
There was, yeah. So we went way back. We slowed the movement speed down in general across the board. Let's see, Ri-Fi, where are you at? So if I go and I'm running like kind of in front of Ri-Fi, the movement is much slower. Not much slower, I should say.
Much smoother.
Much smoother. That's the wrong word. And the teleporting that you used to get, like if someone's running across the screen, they're just kind of skipping a little bit.
Yeah.
All that's gone because the movement speed has calmed down quite a bit. It just feels smoother. It feels a lot more predictable. You can read the animations of your enemy. It feels good. I want to talk for a moment about jump shots as well, because it's something else that always comes back and always pops up. There's a few things that we need to do before.
Kind of cool though. It'll be fun to try it out for sure. It'll be super fun to try it out.